What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Total Blast, where we talk about everything Marvel and the MCU. Today, we have some exciting news about the big bads of Marvel. The big bad in the current MCU is something a lot of fans have been wondering about because we don't have one yet. We've actually had individual bad guys in the MCU project and we've really gotten so far, but none was actually a big bad. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. So, let's get into it. So far, all the movies in Marvel's Phase 4 have actually had their own personal villains, and the same goes with Disney Plus shows. However, it's really about to go down big time in the MCU. Phase 5 and Phase 6 are going to be quite exciting because the big bads are coming, and they'll be introduced quite soon. And hopefully, this implies that we're going to get introduced to our new Avengers team. Generally speaking, it doesn't have to be a new Avengers team. It could actually be the Fantastic Four. It could be the X-Men team. It could also be an Illuminati team. Anyways, here's what we know about Marvel's next big bad, which is Kang. Now, most people know that Kang the Conqueror is about to be a pretty big villain, but I doubt that people have the slightest idea on how big he's going to be. First, Kang is going to be debuting officially in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. But there's something else that you might not know, which is he's not going to be the only villain for Ant-Man 3. It is widely believed that MODOK is going to be a big villain as well in Quantumania, and I think that he is going to be a big bad, not just a villain for one movie. I'm sure a lot of fans are quite happy about this. Kang isn't a villain for a single movie. Make no mistake about that. There are going to be tons of different versions of Kang. This is actually set up very clearly in Loki, and yes, Loki Season 2 is currently filming and is also going to be addressing Kang. However, we don't exactly know which version yet. So, let's begin with the Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania version of Kang. A lot of fans are already saying there's not going to be a better villain in the MCU better than Thanos, but I don't totally agree. I really think that Kang is actually going to top Thanos because you have to think about what Kang is exactly for you to have to remember the events that happened in Loki. Again, let's not forget, there's going to be tons of different versions of Kang. He, who is Kang the Conqueror, even said at the end of the episode of Loki, "If you think I'm evil, well, wait until you meet my variant." The Kang variant that caused the multiverse war was Kang the Conqueror variant on Nathaniel Richards alone, and not a bunch of different teams. The Avengers are supposed to go back in time. They were meant to get all of the Infinity Stones from the past and return to their present times to defeat Thanos. The TVA made that clear, which means that the TVA allowed the Avengers to help in defeating Thanos. This applies that the TVA allowed Thanos to do everything that he did. Initially, it was actually he who remained that was in charge of the TVA. But now at the end of Loki, since the TVA has sort of changed, it came under the real name Kang the Conqueror, not he who remains, a tamed variant of Kang, but an evil variant of Kang. You're going to ask how we know this. This is because there used to be 3 statues of the Timekeepers at the TVA. It's now only just 1 statue of Kang the Conqueror. So of course, Thanos was an amazing villain and the Infinity Saga was actually fantastic. In fact, Infinity War and Endgames are 2 of the greatest movies of all times. Not just Marvel movies, but of all movies. And I'm not trying to take away anything from that. But Kang the Conqueror let all of that happen. So, this is going to be on a way bigger scale, but taking it back to Ant-Man 3, we're still possibly going to be getting rather tame versions of Kang. I'm actually guessing that some Kang is actually going to be good, and some will be absolutely ruthless. An example is the Kang ruling the TVA at the very end of Loki Season 1. And then the fact that Kang in Ant-Man 3 will be working for MODOK means he's not yet reached his full potential. Eventually, this will lead to secret wars, and the main villain of this will be Kang. Now, we actually know that Dr. Doom is coming and he'll be coming quite soon. And what I actually love about this is we'll probably see Kang or a few versions of him work with Dr. Doom. Kang will be getting a little too powerful at some point in time. This implies that Dr. Doom will have some sort of work with the Avengers and also with the Fantastic Four and any other team that he may actually be fighting. And yes, Dr. Doom really does this until he can sort of get what he actually wants. Dr. Doom has been known to fight alongside some of our Avengers. The biggest thing to know here is that Kang the Conqueror is going to be an incredibly huge threat. And this is going to be a villain unlike any other that we've probably ever seen, even Thanos. Now, Thanos had the Infinity Gauntlet, which was quite fantastic, but Kang literally has the ability to control time. And not to mention, Kang has the ability to know everything that will happen. We saw this in Loki. He actually had the full script of everything that Loki and Slavia were about to do. Although, it eventually came to a phase where everything got a bit new and he didn't know what was going to happen. That was because he isn't really in charge any longer. A new variant of Kang is, and I'm quite happy to see a ruthless Kang control time and battle the Avengers. Anyways, let me know in the comment section what you think about Kang the Conqueror, and not just one big bad, but tons of big bad that are actually different variants of Kang. Please, don't forget to like and share this video, and thank you for watching as always, and I hope to see you in the next one.